Alrighty, guys, another episode of Shellonomics. I'm here with Mark, one of the owners of Neon Gardens, a pop-up bar in Chicago featuring the Ninja Turtles for about a month. So, Mark, what I wanted to ask you first is, what made you bring this pizza place to Chicago? Because it's New York style pizza, right?
Yeah, so it's New York style pizza. Yeah, I felt like I've been in the neighborhood a long time. I've got an arcade bar down the block, Replay in Lincoln Park, and being here for I've had a bar at this location. I'm in this location now for 20 plus years. I always felt there was a dearth of good pizza by the slice. In New York, obviously, you get decent pizza all over, and then really good pizza, not too far of a walk. And in Chicago, it's just a lot less common. And I felt like, all right, there's an opportunity in the market, and the location availed itself. And I said, okay, that's going to be the germ of the idea is going to be pizza by the slice. So we've got like a little, we call it the Slice Hut at Neon Gardens. It's a little grab and go pizza by the slice area. And then adjacent to that, we have 5,000 square feet of sit down restaurant, full bar, a little game room, and a patio. And there's, full service sit down experience.
Wow, so you actually own Replay? I actually went to both those places last week. That is another awesome idea. We'll have to save that for another interview. So the other question though is about these food items you have at Neon Garden. So who came up with the pizza pinwheel?
So that's an interesting kind of serendipitous story. We were in Florida, just vacation basically, and talking to some guy randomly. Got to the point of like, hey, what do you do? What do you do? And I said that I've got an arcade bar in Chicago and working on an arcade bar concept. And he's like, oh my God, my family, we've own and operate several pizza restaurants in Queens. And we got to talking and ended up blew him out from New York. And he's a chef and a chef owner. His family, his mom and dad or grandpa, I forget, started it. And we just got, we wanted to get some authentic recipes. We already had our pizza crust figured out and like the heavy lift was done. We already kind of knew. And he was like, man, this is great crust. Like, what's the secret? And we talked about that. And then he presented some ideas, a chicken parm that his family's been doing forever. And then he said, let's not sleep on these pizza pinwheels. Like, what is a pizza pinwheel?
Yeah,
I never even heard of that. And he explained it. It's just using the same dough that we used for pizza dough, rolled a little thinner, and then the same a lot of the same ingredients. You obviously can play around with ingredients however you like, and you just kind of roll it up. And there's a little bit of an art form. Some of our guys took a little bit of time to learn how to do it, but now we're proud of what we're doing. And it's kind of pizza. The idea of pizza in a different shape. It's a little smaller, a little more snackable. You can grab it and eat it in the car. Hold on to one hand. You don't have to. A pizza slice obviously can get messy if you're trying to drive and eat a pizza slice. This is a lot more handheld, more on the go friendly.
I'm gonna have to try it next. I encourage y'all to check out their website too, Neon Gardens. They do have pictures of the pizza pinwheel, so you can experience that. Another question, because you guys have your old school pizza. I noticed you got your pepperoni, sausage, the old school stuff. But what does a macaroni and cheese slice taste like? I did see that last week when I popped in.
Yeah, that's funny. So I kind of knew that we were probably going to do a mac and cheese slice and play around with some of the classic like Italian noodles and pasta dishes and put them on pizza slices. And that's not our idea. There's a legendary Banshee from Rome that he claims the chef owner of that place claims that he was the first one to put pasta on pizza. I'm not sure at all. But I experienced that years ago. They opened up one in Chicago. And then I thought, well, that's a fun idea. Got to talking to Steve from Valentino's in Queens, and he said, "Oh my gosh, yeah, we do that. We actually do more like baked ziti and and some other iterations of pasta on pizza. So we said, all right, we this is not something that out of the box. It's delicious, and then we're going to do it. So that's what we did.
It looks very appetizing. So another question for you. If the real Ninja Turtles were to stop on by Neon Gardens, what slice would they crave the most?
I mean, they eat some ridiculous. We have a slice up for just for giggles, basically. We'll see if anybody orders it, but it's when it's not a slice, it's a little mini pizza with peanut butter, jelly beans, and marshmallows. And it's shockingly pretty good. Like I thought the chef presented this idea, and I said, that sounds ridiculous, but it actually works. It's more of a dessert pizza, obviously, but I think the Turtles would definitely get into that.
If you could only see the smile on my face right now, just hearing that. I think there was actually a pizza in the cartoon. I could be wrong. I think they had jelly beans on one of them. I know they had marshmallows. Because on April Foolish episode, I know they had marshmallows. So, wait, did you say that that slice is actually on the menu now?
Yeah, it's not a slice. It's actually a little mini pizza.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it just went live last week.
Wow, that actually seems... See, that's something that should have been in... I don't know. It seems like you're a passionate Turtle fan like me, but did you ever look at the Ninja Turtle cookbook? Because that might be one that can give you some more inspiration for more pizzas. They actually have a s'more-style pizza in there. It's actually quite delicious.
Yeah, I know I'm familiar with it, but yeah, I've been a restaurateur and bar owner for a long time, and I had a Neapolitan style pizza place years ago. And my kids, when they were little, they loved a different place that had like a dessert pizza on the menu. So we've done s'mores pizzas before. We've done Nutella pizza and things like that. But usually like it's a dessert option after you eat your regular pizza. So why not get double dip and get pizza twice? I just got to figure out how to do a pizza salad.
Okay. Why the heck not? Coming soon. Awesome. So what makes it? Well, actually, before I get into this question here, so this one I don't have. You guys are gonna have to check this out live. They have an awesome retro style menu. It feels like I'm living in the 80s and 90s in there. So what inspired, like, because your menus, I want to show them the turtle menu up front, but just the original menu just has an awesome, we both know 80s and 90s are like two of the greatest decades to live in. So what made you like, you know what, I want people to have this kind of, sort of menu to order their pizza from?
We have vintage arcade games, so that was kind of the inspiration of the retro idea. And I guess I haven't discussed this a lot, but I've discussed it a little bit before. So the reason we even got to where we're at now was I had the germ of the idea was pizza by the slice, and I said, all right, how do I work with the artists? I have a team of artists that I work with that put on my pop culture inspired pop-ups at Replay, and I said, all right, let's bring them in and jam on some ideas. And I said, all right, pizza by the slice, the obvious pop culture references, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Let's play with that. I don't want to. I said I don't want to open up a Ninja Turtles, permanent bar restaurant, but we can play with that idea. And we hit on the idea of an altered Renaissance. So obviously the turtles are all named after legendary Renaissance artists. So we took that art, the iconic art of Michelangelo and Leonardo and Raphael and Donatello, and riffed on it and played on it. So that was kind of informed our design decisions. Tough combination to say. And we knew we were going to have a little arcade, and the arcade. Then we said, all right, we'll lean into the turtle design elements there. We make it feel like the turtle's lair. It feels like you're kind of in a sewer and things are oozing from the ceiling, and radioactive looking barrels, and just kind of the artists had a lot of fun in there. A lot of them are huge fans, and then there's references peppered in everywhere, and even the slice set, the little grab and go section of the whole restaurant was inspired by Pizza Hut from the 90s. Pizza Hut and the Turtles had a Happy Meal type combination, or partnership in the '90s. So that reference is iconic, and we played with that. So the
Yeah.
menu I
You
had to
also
have that
have
retro.
the Pizza Hut, so that like the Pizza Hut style, like since you're kind of close to my age, it almost looks like those old. I don't think they even do it. Do you remember those Pizza Hut all you can eat buffets for lunch?
Sure, yeah,
Oh God, those are so good, man. Yeah, that's kind of what it reminded me of when I was in there too. It was just a fantastic display you guys have there. So what we're gonna do
awesome.
now is I'm gonna go ahead and just start giving them a little virtual tour, because I do encourage everybody to check this out. It's only gonna be there till about early November, but you can see here we've got some artwork. We've got a Pac-Man arcade. We've got oh my God, I didn't even see this when I was in there last week. You guys actually have the old school games. I see a Bubble Bobble. So how do you guys have Nintendo and Super Nintendo games? Can you explain how this is possible at your guys' place to play?
Yeah, it's just free. That's just we have a TV set up and a table and some chairs, and just it feels like your basement when you were a kid. Just a bunch of toys to play with, and the vintage Nintendo games to play, and then along with that, a bunch of vintage arcade games and pinball, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles pinball machine, and just like the ideal man cave for a someone that grew up in the '90s.
And oh wow, so not only is this stuff here, guys, this is free play. So back in our day, we had to spend about a good five, maybe even $10 to run through Turtles One, the arcade game. So now you get to play it for free. I also read on your website, Mark, it's family friendly until 9 o'clock. So if Papa Bear wants to bring his kids in, they can actually play the game together and hang out. Is that right?
Heck yeah, we encourage that. We've got a lot of families coming in, Saturday afternoons, Friday evenings till 9 o'clock. It's just a great opportunity. Mom and dad can come in and have a nice meal with the kids while they're waiting for the food. The kids can run off to the arcade and instead of sitting at the table on their phones or whatever, they can actually put their phones down and kind of live like we all lived before our addictive phones entered our lives.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, now we got another question. So yes, like you talked about, guys, there is Italian Renaissance up here. I've got the next one up with Mona Lisa, and you got some Turtle Mask. You got the Last Supper. I see Raphael, making sure we're safe. Leo's ready to combat down for action. So it even said above the Last Supper, Mikey was here. So also on your website, Mark, it says a lot of this artwork was done by Chicago artists, and I'm guessing that's also for your replay location. How did you get these guys to work for you and say, hey, look, I just want you to just let it rip and bring out your best?
So we've been doing this for a while. 2016, we decided to turn the back room at Replay into we decided to decorate it for Halloween, or the room was going to dress up for Halloween essentially. And we turned it into Moe's Tavern from The Simpsons. And one of my bartenders, when he had first applied for a job, he had a portfolio, and he was an accomplished artist. And I kind of filed that away. And when I hatched the idea of doing Moe's Tavern, I said, "Hey, Jeremy, come and help me, do this." Like, I had some ideas, and I said, I need someone that hand paints some things and does some real art in this. I just don't want a bunch of printed stuff. So he brought his girlfriend Raquel into the mix, and they pulled that off, and it was a huge success. And then over the years now, almost 8 years or 8 years now, they've aggregated a team of local artists, and there's about 10, 12 core artists that are pretty much on every pop-up. And then they'll bring in specialists that are, great at animation or projection or, some other nuanced things. And they put together these impressive pop-ups, and they did that in a more permanent fashion at Neon Gardens. But then also, for this pop-up, we kind of use the same tricks of the trade that they've mastered to make an immersive experience.
It's just, yeah, I saw. I mean, again, I hope everybody's to check out not only Neon Garden. Yeah, if you're a diehard gamer, Replay is also for you. There's some cool artwork out. I've seen Dexter's Lab. I've seen Scooby Doo. Stuff you literally got to see for yourself in person. So the next pop up here we have is, how in the hell did you guys find this replica of Raphael from the first movie with his hat and everything in the trench coat? I love this. I don't know why I didn't get a selfie. I'm gonna have to go back and get one with him.
So Tom, one of the artists, Tom Malloy, that was his brainchild, and he specialized. He does specialize in a lot of things, but he's been really uh, enamored with 3D printing. So
Okay.
the face and part of the body, part of the shell are all 3D printed, and then we curated the. It's a large mannequin, and then the outfit, stuff that we thrift shop for to get the right jacket and the hats, and it looks great, and it's spot on.
And the other cool thing too is, again, this is something you guys have to see in person. Is who came up with the collage for the tables? Because I was there and I saw you even had the Batman Ninja Turtle references. I mean, those are just wonderful pieces too on your tables. You just you know Turtles are turning 40 this year, so you wanted to make sure you had all the carnations. So how did you come about getting those created?
So the art, a couple of the other artists, big fans, they went comic book shopping, went to some of the local comic book shops, and had fun curating the different references, and then the technique, I think it's called Mod Podge, I think, or something. So they'd hear the comic book collage pieces onto the tables, and then pour a liquid resin on top, and it's permanent, basically. So those are going to live in the arcade room permanently. The arcade's always going to have that Turtles vibe, and the tables will be there long term.
Oh man, I'm having a nerdgasm right now. So I was able to pull up your animated menu, and I have your regular menu here. So guys, they actually have Ninja Turtle drinks for those who are of age here. So can you explain how you put together at least a couple of these? You don't have to go through all of them because I'm not sure how much time you got. But you got the Leo, the Don, the Raph, the Mikey, Shredder's Revenge, Splinter's Vanilla Ice Pop. So how'd you come up with mixing all these drinks like this? This is incredible.
Well, the eponym, I can't even say it. The names, named after the turtles themselves. Obviously, the color informed that decision. So that was fun and easy to accomplish. There's plenty of liqueurs and tricks of the trade to make a drink red or blue or orange or purple. So that was that was just kind of fun. One of my lead bartenders and I just riffed on some ideas and took classic cocktails oftentimes and riffed on those. So that was a lot of fun. And then there's just a couple of like classic cocktails, I guess, recipe ideas that just I don't know, really just kind of write themselves, basically. Like the Turtle Surfer, there's that's exactly what a kind of a famous shot is. It's not called a Turtle Surfer, it's called I think California Surfer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the Jägermeister one. I see that. Okay.
So that was easy, and I read it, I saw it, I'm like, all right, surfer, obviously perfect. The Turtles had that kind of surfer skateboarder energy, and I thought, wow, Jägermeister coconut rum and pineapple, that doesn't seem like it's going to work, and it's actually quite delicious. So that was it was just fun. I mean, we've been doing this again for 8 years now. So at all of our pop-ups, we have a cocktail menu that's inspired by whatever pop culture reference we're having fun with.
Yeah, I saw the other one. I know they got a SpongeBob one coming up. So just the fun never ends. And I never knew that you actually were the owner of Replay. 'Cause I was scared to bring him up because I'm like, there's a competitor, just right down the street. But it's nice you got the monopoly down there then in Lincoln Park. Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah, and actually, our pop-ups are free, and it's only 2 blocks away. So right now at Replay, we're launching a Beetlejuice pop-up for Halloween tonight. And then in the back room, we've got our Nick or Treat, fun with Nickelodeon pop-up in the back room. And then we've got our Turtles pop-up 2 blocks away. So you can make it down here and have 3 pop-ups for the price of none, because it's free.
Oh, and then just some more bonus too, I guess, since most of us are, besides being Turtle fans, most of the people listening to this on YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you're listening to this, you are gamers. So Can you explain how replay works as well then? Because since you are the owner of both, are those actually free arcades too? You don't, there's not even a cover, or you don't even have to buy a drink to play those?
Correct. Yeah, we have 50 plus free vintage arcade games and pinball machines. And then we do have a few pay for play games that are just, things that are either harder to maintain or just take up so much room. So we have, or we have, we have to pay the, Buck Hunter people or the Golden Tee people. So we have a couple of those games. But again, 50 plus free arcade games and pinball all the time. They're always free, never charge a cover. When we do have a wildly successful pop-up, we'll occasionally offer a kind of a fast pass, so you don't have to wait in line. You pay $20 and you get $20 worth of drinks. So, and then guaranteed you get a reservation and guaranteed express entry if and when there is a line. So, why not do that? Like, you're going to spend $20 anyway on drinks, I hope, and you don't have to deal with any of the headache of waiting in line.
This is freaking awesome, awesome, awesome. So, so can you give us some more details on how long the Ninja Turtle pop-up is running for?
So we have it scheduled through Sunday, November 3rd, but I'll let you guys in on a secret. Oftentimes we extend these things. I want to create an urgency so people don't think this is just some open-ended thing and then I'll get there eventually, and then all of a sudden they decide they want to go, and it indeed is over because they don't last forever, but usually run for 5-6 weeks, and then we move on to the next thing. So more than likely the Turtles pop-up will be up a little bit, probably into Thanksgiving, and then we'll be ready to do something Christmas themed.
Sweet. So where can people, since you are the owner of Replay, can you tell us where people can find you on social media? And you're by Lincoln and Sheffield, I believe, right? In Lincoln Park in the Chicago area?
Yeah, Lincoln, Sheffield, and Wrightwood. The neongardens.com, 2576 North Lincoln is the actual address. And then 2 blocks north is Replay Lincoln Park, 2833 North Sheffield. So, while the weather's nice, you can, it's an easy walk or, very inexpensive Uber.
So you get free arcade games to test the vibes out, number one. Number two, there's loads of turtle stuff here. And I didn't even mention that you just have turtles running on the tube all day too. So yeah, you got your World Series, games coming up in the playoffs for baseball and football. But for diehard turtle fans who don't give a damn about sports, I saw Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze on one TV and the 2012 Nickelodeon show on the other. So again, you're taking care of any turtle fan that's been a fan of the 80s, 90s, or current product. So I appreciate that as well from you, Mark. Is there anything else you want to say before we bring this in for a landing?
Yeah, no, come enjoy, especially now in the Halloween holiday season. Cosplay is always welcome. We love creating the sense of community, so Turtles fans can come in and be with like-minded people and have some fun and talk about the Turtles and again, dress up if you like. Saturday the 26th, big Halloween celebration. So we're going to have a costume contest with prizes for the best turtle themed costume as well as prize for the best overall costume. We're doing that on Saturday the 26th, big Saturday celebration of Halloween, and then again on the 31st, actual Halloween.
Thank you so much for your time. I look forward to checking out the Turtle pop-up once or twice again, and free to play arcade games too. It doesn't get any better for anybody born in the 80s and 90s.
Wonderful. Thanks for having me.
You got it, Mark. Bye-bye.